Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Air Productions. I'm Ben Kaysen. I'm here with Jacob Sandoval, and we're going to talk about a big move that just happened. Cam Newton to the Patriots, 1-year deal, incentive-laden contract, late in the free agency process. Jacob, what are your thoughts on the move?
Ben, I look at this move as a great move for the Patriots, and you're a Patriots fan, and I know
Yeah.
you're loving this. If you're a Patriots fan, you love this kind of move because Cam Newton is a talent, or at least he was. And now
Mm.
this is my problem with this whole thing. Um, there's a lot of videos out there of Cam Newton being strong right now, but we don't know exactly how he's going to play once he gets in that pocket. We don't know. We don't know if he's going to be that MVP quarterback like he was. And also, I watched that video and it looks like he's motivated, but a little thing about that is he going to be motivated or is he going to go in there having a big ego?
Mm.
Think about it, Ben. He took this gigantic pay cut, only $1.1 million base salary. Took this major pay cut. He's going in. He thinks, I did my sacrifice. Now let me go out there and play. And that's not going to roll with Belichick. Everybody knows you can't just go out there and play. Belichick wants you to play his way.
Mm.
And that's what Cam Newton is going to have to figure out.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting to see Cam Newton in New England. So the thing I would say first off is it's really ridiculous to me that Cam Newton took this long to get a deal. That's first thing off the board. Teddy Bridgewater, Phillip Rivers, Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Chase Daniel, Andy Dalton, Joe Flacco, Brian Hoyer, all of those guys got contracts before Cam Newton. And honestly, I would take Cam Newton over all of those guys. And not
Oh,
to mention Nick
absolutely.
Foles. I would take Cam Newton over Nick Foles too. It's weird to see it take this long. But now that he is here, Cam Newton missed 18 games in the last 4 seasons. That's the
Mhm.
first thing. He's taken more hits in the last 4 years than anyone else. He's a Mack truck. He's a linebacker at quarterback typically. That's the way that the Panthers are running him. I mean, you can see with the Panthers they'd be running these literally power runs like he was Eric Dickerson. He's Cam Newton, and he took the hits and it really hurt his shoulder. The big thing about this year for me is he going to be in good shape and is he going to be motivated? And I think he is going to be motivated. And from those videos that we've been seeing, he does look to be in good shape. Now, like you mentioned, Jacob, there's good shape and then there's good football shape. There's good quarterback shape. The big thing for me when I watch Cam Newton over the last couple of years is his arm strength hasn't been there.
Mhm.
Now, I want to see that arm strength return to 2015 level. I think that's a big part of his success. Newton, though, he's a completely different quarterback than Tom Brady. That's the first thing I want to
Oh,
say about his fit to New England.
completely different.
Yeah,
You're
I mean
right, man.
he's more mobile, he's more downfield oriented. Brady's more about the short pass, east west. Cam Newton's going to be a north to south, deep downfield shot type guy. And the pieces in New England are built for short field passing. You've got Mohamed Sanu, you've got Julian Edelman, you've got James White, you've got Rex Burkhead. Those guys are all built for 5 yard dump offs and moving the chains that way. Now, N'Keal Harry and Marquise Lee for New England are the two guys that I'm looking at that could be really successful with Cam Newton there instead. I think that both of those guys last year didn't have their best year, but now with the quarterback who's going to be launching the ball downfield, I think they could have better seasons. The Patriots, though, I'll say this. I'm a little bit biased as a Patriots fan, but I think you'd agree. The Patriots are better than anyone at putting their players in a position to succeed and adjusting the system for its players. I think that's something that New England does really well. Coach Belichick does well. Josh McDaniels does really well. And I think Cam Newton's going to have the benefit of that. But again, he needs to be healthy and needs to learn the systems to succeed. I can't see how Jared Stidham will start over him. I think Cam Newton gets in there, and I think there's a lot of potential, but there's also a lot of question marks.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ben. I don't think Stidham has even a chance. You know,
Hmm.
even though this guy was injured and he hasn't played the game in a while, he still is a league MVP. So he definitely has that talent, has that ability.
Yeah.
But like you said, Cam Newton's arm strength has kind of left him from when he was at that MVP level play. I don't know if he's going to be able to throw a 60-yard bomb like two times in a row.
Hmm.
But I definitely think he's one of the guys that is talented enough to be a force within the offensive position of quarterback. And, you know, I'm going to bring back to my point where, I do like this move for the Patriots, but for Cam Newton, I think I don't know what he was thinking or if he was just thinking,
He
you
just wanted
know,
to start.
yeah. And
Yeah.
maybe that's all. Maybe that's all he wanted is let me get in there, let me start. I have plenty of money. Like, I don't care how much money you give me, just put me in there and let me show these Panthers uh, what they are missing out on. Because I think that was a big takeaway from I forget which number vlog it was, but he posted a vlog about how he felt betrayed and like how the fans probably felt betrayed by the organization, how they handled him leaving. Um, but at the very end, he's like coming for the neck, and so that kind of gives me like gives him a little bit of fire. But my whole thing is it a fire of inspiration, or is this going to be a fire to burn down things that in the Patriots? Because I think Belichick is a great player manager, but I also think when you have a big ego in there who sacrificed quite a lot for that starting position, and if he makes a couple mistakes, I feel like Belichick will really, really get on him for that, and it's all going to be up to Cam Newton's reaction, whether or not he's going to be okay with being told what to do in that kind of sense. I don't know, Ben. I like this move for the Patriots, but I'm kind of wary of the ego. That's the big thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the way that Cam would succeed in New England is if he learns the system and can click with Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick, and as you said, put his ego aside and become part of their system. I think he could spark the offense with the improved offensive line. That's a big thing for New England. And then you've got N'Keal Harry, who's got a full training camp under him, Mohamed Sanu, who's back from an ankle surgery. We're hoping he's going to be better this year. And you've got Sony Michel coming off of a foot surgery. Hopefully he's going to be better this year than he was last year. If they can all take a step, and then Cam Newton's there with them, healthy, operating the offense and working well with the coaching staff, I think that they could do a lot of good things this year. Here's the thing about New England. They still don't need a ton of points to win games. The defense is still there. All those pieces are still there. They really only lost a couple of pieces from the linebacking core, but the strength of the Patriots last year was pass rush and secondary. That secondary in New England is better than anyone's right now. So I think that Cam can win a lot of games with New England if he can fit with the system and have the system adjust to him a little bit. I think it's going to be a little bit of both. But I think Cam can also fail if he's injured when he comes in, and then if he doesn't play up to that potential because he's hesitant or that arm strength just isn't there. Yeah. Now, that's something that I don't think Cam's going to be able to really control is like, are you going to be flinching from hits? Because he got hit so much with the Panthers, man. I mean, all the time.
It was ridiculous. Like almost every single one of his highlights is him making a great pass and then falling to the ground because he was hit by like 12 guys.
Yeah. It's and ridiculous. If you look back at the Super Bowl that the Broncos played them in, and then the next year, if you remember, they opened up the season against the Broncos, back-to-back basically games. Cam Newton took the most punishment I've ever seen a quarterback take in those two games combined. And I don't think he's been the same since then.
Von Miller, it'll do it to him. Put that guy on the defense and let the defense swarm to you. That's tough. That's tough right there.
It's tough. But I think Cam Newton, the way he will not succeed for New England this year is if he is subjected to that amount of hits again. And I think the Patriots line was not very good last year. I think Brady actually did a good job with the line that he was given. I need Cam Newton to do the same thing and figure it out with that offensive line. Hopefully the line is better. But then also the Patriots receivers, they were some of the worst in the league at separating from defenders downfield. So that could be a bad combo if the Patriots line is still bad and the receivers can't separate. I hope those are both improved this year, but they definitely might not be. And that's where I could see Cam Newton being a bust on this move.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing is I think everybody agrees, like if Cam Newton goes in there and he plays the way he was playing for the Panthers, it's going to be a disaster. He's going to get hurt, and then the Patriots are left with their backup. And, you know, everybody thought, oh, Belichick trusts the backup enough to let him start. No, that wasn't the plan. He was waiting for whoever was left so he can get it at the best price. And lucky for him, he got probably one of the biggest opportunities with the Cam Newton. But we'll see. If Cam Newton stays healthy and, like you said, throws away his ego, which, you know, already with that, taking that $1.1 million base salary, that's big. That's a big throw away the ego, let me get in there and play kind of move. I definitely think they're going to do some damage. They're going to make some noise. And, you know, Patriots live on.
Patriots live on. I think the floor for New England is 8-8. I think the ceiling is 13-3. I'm going to predict 11-5 for New England this year and an AFC East title because I'm not as high on the Bills as everyone else. I'm still not. Bills have a tough schedule. I don't love Josh Allen. I still think New England, with the best coach, the best defense, and then an offense with a lot of potential now, can still win games. In Belichick, I trust, and the Patriots made a big move, and now he's got a new weapon. I like New England a lot in the AFC East.
Yeah, I think it's going to go either way. The Bills and the Patriots, they're both going to have great seasons, but it's going to be a battle to see who gets that spot into the playoffs and to see if I don't know if the Patriots have a secure spot for the playoffs. I definitely think the Bills do. I really like the Bills. I really like the Bills. But the Patriots still looking good. I probably see them getting in the wild card either at 10-6 or 11-5.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen this year, Jacob. Going to be a lot of fun. Big move. I like it. Makes the Patriots more exciting.
I love it.
Thanks a lot for listening. This is Off the Air Productions. We've got more sports stuff, more gaming stuff, all kinds of stuff we've been doing, Jacob. You can check out all that stuff on YouTube. You can check out Off the Air Productions on Spotify. We really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Thank you.